Hi, I'm Tracy Radley, and for those that have been following me, know that every now and then I get told or guided to do a random in the moment video when I'm completely vulnerable and in the middle of a shift or going through a big shift, and this is it today. So for the last 3 or 4 hours I've been trying to avoid doing a video because I wasn't really sure what to say. I still don't, so bear with me and I'll see what comes out, because I'm sure it's going to be a benefit of somebody watching. So I'm currently still in Albuquerque, New Mexico, USA. I've been here for a bit over a week, and I was excited about coming here when I finally got the message I had somewhere to stay that was going to be more than a few days and I didn't have to just pack up and leave again. Arrived, and for the afternoon I was just buzzing with excitement. My soul and my insides were so happy that I had a space to myself. I could cook my own food and I could just be and let all the healing work, all the clearing work I've been doing as I've been moving around, as I've been guided to from country to country, continent to continent, to finally settle in. However, what's actually happened the first night, I was energetically attacked. So shining my light too bright, obviously, in the area and attracting a few things that didn't want me here. Moved through that and that was fine. Next day was okay, got out for a little while. Because I'm from Australia, I don't drive in the US because I get confused with which side of the road I'm supposed to be on. So just walking around a little bit the following day. And then a day after that, I broke or fractured some bones in my foot near my toe and just above, so it's actually kept me here. So I knew coming to Albuquerque, once I got told this is where I was coming, that I would be here for a period of time, no set date, but I wasn't moving in a hurry like I have been. However, having this happen to my foot has obviously reinforced that, because I've barely been able to leave the house or go anywhere. As you can see, crutches in the background, just to help me get around a bit at the house, because it's just me where I'm staying. And what's been happening other than that physical side of things, which is fine, like I accepted it, it happened, and I realized why, and I was like, okay, all right, deal with it, no worries, it is what it is, and kind of laugh about it, which has surprised a few people that I've been so positive with the experience. And it's like, well, if I needed to be here, this is certainly making it happen in the physical form, so that's fine. But I've actually been tuning in, not consciously wanting to, but doing a lot of clearing while I've been here. A lot of layers, a lot of dimensions, a lot of pain, a lot of suffering, a lot of entities, parallel lives, some of my own, but a lot more of the collective, and it's been intense. It's kind of held me back from... held me back's not quite the right word, but it's obviously influenced my ability to interact with people, to do any kind of business focus, these type of things, because there's so much influence going on around me that's coming through my system. So for me, it feels like my body is going, and my system is going through an upgrade in the process of how I do my clearing work and healing work as I go. And I'm told to go from place to place, country to country, just surrendering to that's what I'm needing to do, is that my system still filters it. So feelings and emotions and traumas and everything comes through my system in such an intense way. And then it gets to the point that I cry it out. A lot of painful tears for those that can't cry them out. To help on the bigger scale of releasing. My physical body obviously takes a big hit in that way, and it's not that I'm consciously choosing that this is the way I heal and that my body has to feel it, and it's not always like this, but a lot of it is when it's heavy darkness in one major hit, which generally is the case with me. So while my system's still relearning how to not have it come through my system this way, I just have to accept it is as it is at the moment and just do my best to look after my physical body while I'm, going through the process of this and helping the collective. So it's been a lot of time laying down, a lot of time exhausted, a lot of time feeling emotions, and hearing myself have words and thoughts that are not my own. as this is all shifting through, it can be quite isolating at times and lonely, frustrating, but I'm never scared from it. So for anyone who's experiencing similar, it's nothing to be scared of, because if you have the knowing and the deep knowing that I do, we're here for a reason. We have our purpose. It's not always as we, would expect or like it to be, but it is as it is. And how things are now aren't always the way it's going to be, and it's okay. And so for me, I have such a strong knowing that even though I feel so much and there's a lot of suffering that does come through my system, I know that I'm safe. Over the years, there has been a few times it's been quite scary where really nasty entities have come and, picked me up off the beds and tried to suffocate me and all these types of things. But, I'm still here. So my theory is if I can get through that, I can get through anything. So this here and what I'm experiencing now and sharing with you, as you can tell, I'm not my normal bubbly self. I'm processing a lot of stuff at the moment. And for whatever reason, I've been told to share it with you, maybe just to give you some comfort and support that you're not alone if you're going through similar stuff, and to give you courage that it is worth it. So while, I'd rather be going out and being social and actually doing normal everyday things, that's not so much a big part of my life anymore at the moment, because these other things are taking place that obviously are a higher priority than that. But I know it's there sitting waiting for me, and I know there's higher supports there helping me, though sometimes I do question it, because I feel like the shifts and the lifts don't come in as quick as I would like them to, but I always know that they're there, and I know that there's a bigger role for me to play, and I'm doing it. I'm not going to run away because this is hard, and to be honest, there's nowhere for me to go to anyway. There's only forward, because I don't have a home base. I don't have a country that I say is mine. I have no physical address except where I'm sitting right at this moment in Albuquerque, and this is only as long as it's going to be until I'm told to go somewhere else, and then that will be my address. So it's a lot of trust, it's a lot of surrender. At times it's not so much fearful, but anxiety does come up, going, well, I know I'm leaving tomorrow, but I don't know where I'm going to. The feeling says it's time for me to go, but where? And the message hasn't come through. So it's a lot of trust in that. And I worked it out today. It's actually been a lot of, most of the last 3 years. While I've always been doing healing work, the last 3 years, a lot of it's been really intense collective work in different places that are really dense. And I've spent most of the time, like half that time, like laying down and doing exactly what I'm doing now, feeling exhausted on all levels. Like, to do this video now for you, I've literally had to drag myself off the couch to sit up and do it, and I just feel like a heavy weight. There's been lots of tears this morning, some of my own and a lot of collective stuff. A couple of days ago, the same thing. A lot of intense tears of sorrow and sadness. But while it's not a pleasant experience, I can understand the experience. So I understand why it's happening, and that gives me comfort. Knowing it's impermanent gives me comfort. Knowing on a bigger level I am making an impact, though others will relate to this too. When you do the energetic work and it's not seen, it's not recognized, and you're still expected to do what everybody else does with a normal 9-to-5 job, get a regular income, home, family, all those stabilities, which I actually don't have in a physical manifested form at this point. It does get a little bit on top of you at times, going, if only you could see what it is that I do, if only you could understand how much I'm helping in ways that are just, I know, are beyond your comprehension. So that sometimes, not just for me but for a lot of others too, is something that we have to come to terms with. Some days it's easier than others. So for me right now, what I would like as a physical form being right in this moment is just to be held. Yeah. I'm on my own, so I have to call for the spiritual hugs instead of physical form. But having the physical form body, you know, these are things which, you know, can make you feel safe and secure. And when I'm vulnerable like I am now, this is something that obviously, like others, you would appreciate. Yet when you're placed in environments where they're not accessible, you just kind of have to accept what is and just wait for all the shifts to take place, and you come back into balance and alignment again. And in saying that, when you do come back into balance and alignment, if you're going through the similar types of things as me, you come back stronger, you come back lighter, and you come back brighter, and it gives you the courage and strength to keep going. So for me, while I feel right now depleted on so many levels, I'm not defeated. So it's not stopping me doing what I came here to do. I know I have a purpose here of serving and lifting humanity in my way, in the way that I am doing it, even though it's not always consciously clear to me. I just trust and follow and do it anyway. A lot of times I actually have other people tell me what it is I'm doing, because I don't have the visual. I have the knowing and I have the feeling, and I get guidance and I hear messages, but the visuals is what I don't get at this point. So it's kind of interesting when other people can see what I do and then they share it with me. Like I said before, there's probably people watching this that can see like probably darkness or heaviness around me at the moment, and you know, that's fine, because I'm aware it's there, because I know it's going through the shifts. But for me and myself, I understand what it is, and it's okay, because we all have it, whether we're aware of it or not, at different stages, at different points. Things come up to clear out, or if you're clearing others, you know, sometimes it gets stuck there and it needs to clear out. So, you know, just bear that in mind. Before, I had a fear of people seeing me being vulnerable, especially those that have the things like the visuals and stuff. And I was like, oh, maybe there's judgment there because they can see I'm out of alignment. But you know what? This is a reality. This is happening for a lot of people, and I want to make you feel comfortable, if you're one of those people, that it's okay and it's normal, and it's safe to be this way. While it's great to be strong, you know, it's not like 24/7 that it's that way. You know, my system takes on a lot. I go through a lot for the collective, and also doing my own inner work, but I wouldn't have it any other way. In fact, I can't see it to be any other way. Like, this is my journey, this is my path, so I just have to do the best that I can do in each and every moment. Some moments, you know, you'd like to have done things differently maybe, but you know, it doesn't matter. It's been, it's gone, it's done. Accept it and move on to the next one. So I'm not really sure if there's any point exactly or specific message for this video. Like I said, I'm doing it because I was told to. I have waited a few hours until the crying stopped at least, and now it's just the exhaustion phase. So hopefully come tomorrow, which is normally when I do my transmission, I'll be lighter and brighter again. But just wanting to show, you know, that I am vulnerable. The experiences that mine and I go through are intense on so many levels, as you know, yours may be as well. And again, you're not alone. It's also to educate people that, you know, think, say for me or people like me, that it seems like we have a cruisy life. There's no set 9-to-5 job and things like this. That's not the case, because I'm working 24/7. Like I said, you know, most of the last 3 years I would be like unemployable anyway, because I would be out of it most of the time. So, you know, having things like regular incomes, somewhere to stay that's a home base and things like this, you know, they haven't been existent for me. Having people around me, you know, when I need to be held, it's been relying on myself and relying a lot on the bigger and the higher aspects to come in and comfort me. So, you know, if you get to that stage or in that stage, you know, I'm there with you. You're not on your own doing it, and I'll be sending you love if that's where you are at the moment, at this point in time watching the video, or later on down the track. Like I said, I'm doing my best to remain having eye contact with you, but it's a little bit hard just at the moment for me to do that. So please bear with me, and if you've watched this far, thank you. If you do get benefit from watching this video, please let me know, because I do sometimes have resistance to doing these vulnerable ones, because, you know, I'm not always able to articulate exactly what the message is that I want to say, even though I can feel it on the inside. So if, you know, if you would like me to share these more when I'm in them, if they give you some hope or encouragement or the feeling that you're not alone, please let me know, because that also means that I'm not alone going through this either. I feel like there's more things that want to come out, but the words are not coming clearly to me at the moment. So I'll sign off and do my best to bring you the light language transmission tomorrow to help with your ascension process. And if you haven't subscribed already, please do so. If you want to help me out on this journey of surrender and trust and just going and doing what I need to do wherever that is, there's an exchange donate button somewhere, I think on the top of my channel, and then there's a link below if you feel to help out in that way. Like I said, a lot of this stuff goes unseen, unnoticed, but it's work all the time, so on my part and on my system. So wishing you all the best, and hopefully I'll see you with my light language video tomorrow. Sending you love. Bye.